Sunday Odunto is a spokesperson for all the discos in Nigeria. Thank you for staying the course on the program. And right on that break, we were talking about how cost-reflective tariff has impacted directly on the quantity of power available to Nigerians. Even though recently I feel that, I don't know what happened. Was it the national grid that was collapsing? The power hasn't been as consistent as it used to be.
The problem in the last couple of weeks was because of the incessant grid collapse, which we've spoken about many times, and particularly because of vandalism of their equipment. We need to be fair on TCN when people keep talking as if every single act of grid disturbance or grid collapse was because of the incompetence of TCN. No, it is because some people are fond of vandalizing those towers. And the people that do that live amongst us. These people don't come from heaven. So that's the matter for the security agencies and for the government to deal with. And I think they're dealing with it.
Is the situation getting better now?
A lot better now.
How are discos reacting to the mandate from the House of Representatives that they now have to undertake a 500 billion naira recapitalization to enhance financial stability?
No problem.
It's like you are going to have big issues with this law.
We are not having any big issue.
Are you capable of doing this?
We are not having any big issue.
Or are all the distributing companies?
Look, when the House of Representatives pass a resolution, right, and they say these are our own elected representatives.
Absolutely.
And when we talk about DISCO, Yanko, we are Nigerians like you are, Nifemi. You are not a greater Nigerian than I am. Okay? Even Honorable Isaka that moved the motion is from my state. If I'm from my town in Abeokuta, it's not a problem. There are still going to be certain processes. They will still call us. They want to do some investigation. We are ready. We are prepared. They will ask us questions. And I can tell you in the last 10 years, I've attended more than 20 investigative hearings, both in the House of Rep and in the Senate. So I'm not going to talk about this thing. What matters most is that our elected representatives want a better Nigeria. We as discos want a better Nigeria. And that's why I can beat my chest and face anybody anywhere to tell you that we've been able to give you better electricity today than we did when we started 10 years ago.
But
that alone is
you really haven't answered my question.
Look,
I wanted your reaction to the policy itself, because the idea of the lawmakers is that this will enhance financial stability.
I said that's
and also help you to be able to fulfill your obligations.
Correct.
Do you agree with them?
I agree with anything that whether government or elected representatives say. But talk is cheap. Saying means we sit down and we all talk through how we're going to get it done. That's what I'm saying. It's not enough to just say, go and get me the head of a cow. I need to sit down with you and say, okay, where is the way to the abattoir? It's not a problem.
All right.
So we want to have a liquid industry. We want to be able to fulfill our mandate to the people. We want to be able to run a business that will be, that will be profitable. So in doing so, we will always cooperate with the National Assembly, with the government, in anything that we try to do. That's not a problem.
Let me take you up quickly with what your kinsman said today on the floor of the House of Reps, Honorable Ayokunle Isiaka. He talked about how recent actions by distribution companies have posed a significant threat to the nation's economic stability and welfare of Nigerians. But of interest to me is what he said, that despite constant regulatory oversight and demands for accountability from the Committee on Power, discos have remained recalcitrant, operating with impunity and disregarding consumer rights. How do you react to that?
Ayokunle is my brother, and it doesn't matter what job I do, whether it's in the House of Rep today or it's going to be in another place tomorrow. There are some things I will never join issue with my brother in public. I disagree with him, and he knows why I'm saying this. The fact is, let us wait. This is the beginning. It is a proposition. It is what they want to do. We will cooperate with them. For me, that's the most important thing. I'm an Egba man. Ayokunle is an Egba man. So I don't care what anybody think. An Egbaman will not come here and disparage another Egbaman for any reason in this country called Nigeria. So I'm not going to comment on that.
Absolutely, it has nothing to do with the person of the...
No,
I was referring to the issues he actually...
No, the issue he has raised. What I'm saying, they say, let us now make the disco to recapitalize. Abi?
Yes.
500 million.
Billion.
Oh, billion.
Yes.
Fantastic. And the discos, people need to also understand my investors, the private investors in the discos own 60% of the disco. So government also own 40% of the assets. So when you need 500 billion, what do? 60%, private people bring it, 40%, government bring your own. Let us bring it. We sit down now. Look, don't let us allow talk to make Nigeria look as if we are a funny country. 500 billion, no problem. My investor will bring 60% of it. Government, bring your own. But this time around, let me say it in advance. What happened to us in 2013 will not happen again.
What happened?
What happened was that the government that sold the assets to my investors wrote down a couple of things that they were going to do and that the new investors were expected to do. And they now said, I will do 1 to 5. You will do 6 to 10. In the same document, they said, your performance of 6 to 10 is predicated, that's the word, upon me performing 1 to 5. That is, I as government will do 1 to 5. Then you will do 6 to 10. What happened thereafter? They now said, go and do 6 to 10, even if we don't do 1 to 5. They failed to do 1 to 5, and they expect me to do 6 to 10.
Are they still failing to do that now?
They've done, government has changed. I'm not going to talk about personalities. This time from Mr. Jonathan, we have had Mr. Buhari. Now we are having Mr. Tinubu. So government has changed over time. There has been a lot of improvement in fairness to the government. But what I'm saying is that this time around, when people bandy figure like 500 billion, fantastic, good for Nigeria, we want light, we want to improve, we are prepared to do what is better for Nigeria. But 500 billion, 60%, we look for it.
I like
40%, bring your own.
I like how you're responding to this.
You cannot get my own.
Sarcastically.
It's not sarcastically,
it means that
factually.
It's actually very pregnant. We have just 2 more minutes. I want you to speak to the transparency with the cost-reflective tariff. Because we've seen the prices go up. But Nigerians at times are not even sure of what they are paying. You don't know how much it costs until it has been effected. How do you communicate these changes in price?
Thank you very much.
And what factors determine how much Nigerians pay?
Number 1, to talk about tariff, always try to bring here my regulator. They are the one that determine finally what Nigerians should pay for electricity, how much we should pay. And remember, I'm also a customer of discos. So it's not about you and I, we are the discos, like we're using free electricity. No, we also pay like you do. I pay to be in Bande actually, because it's the best to be in. The regulators are doing a very, very difficult job, and we need to commend them for that. Because they have to maintain the balance between the interests of Nigerians and the business of these discos, gencos, and transmission. And when we talk about tariff, it's not the discos money. Discos money is about 24%. All the rest go off stream. But apart from that, what people need to understand is that the economic indices that the regulator use to determine the tariff changes from time to time. Forex is a very good example. When Bande started, how much was it? 226 naira per kilowatt hour. They brought it down to 205 because naira appreciated. Now naira went down again. It went up to 209 or 206. So you see that
you are not sure. That's the point.
No.
How do you communicate?
I'm not sure, and you are not sure. Nifemi, 1 naira to dollar will be tomorrow morning.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying how much we pay per time. How do you communicate it to the customers?
Any educated person can go on NEC website, NERC. On that website, you see exactly how much you pay on that very day or that very month. Okay, they review it from time to time and they announce it. We need to be fair on them.
All right.
These people do a very good job.
It's a good place to leave it. Chief Oduto, this conversation will keep going on, and we hope that things get better. I've been speaking with spokesperson of all the discos, Chief Sunday Oduto. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you very much.